My sister told everyone I was jealous of her success. Then my success ruined her story when my sister Emily announced her engagement. My mom whispered, "Let her have her moment." That was the same line she used when Emily got into her dream university, landed her first job, and bought her apartment apparently. My life was one long commercial break between Emily's highlight reels, but this time I wasn't jealous. Just tired of being painted as the bitter little sister. Growing up, Emily was the golden child, straight A's, debate team captain, perfect hair. I was the artsy one who never quite fit into the mold. Our parents adored her ambition. While my creative choices were politely ignored at dinner, I loved my sister. But she treated life like a competition I never signed up for. Still, I supported her every graduation, promotion, and engagement photo. I was there, clapping, smiling, proud, until one day, I found out what she'd been saying behind my back. It started at a family barbecue. My cousin pulled me aside and said, "Emily told everyone you've been struggling because you can't handle her success." I laughed, thinking it was a joke, until I saw the pitying looks from relatives. One aunt even patted my shoulder and said, "Don't worry, honey, you'll find your path too." That's when it hit me. My sister had turned me into her character foil, the struggling, envious sibling in her personal success story. When I confronted her, she didn't even deny it. "You are jealous," she said calmly. "You can't stand that I'm doing better." I stood there speechless, not because she was right, but because she sounded so sure. That's when I realized Emily needed me to be the jealous sister. It made her shine brighter without me playing the underdog. Her story had no drama, so I stopped playing the role. I cut contact for a while, focused on my work as a freelance designer, and poured all that anger into something productive. I started a small Etsy shop, designing digital prints and branding kits. It began as therapy, something to remind myself that I was capable of building something meaningful. Within a year, one of my minimalist logo designs went viral on Pinterest. Orders flooded, and then a startup reached out, asking me to design their entire brand identity for $15,000. I remember staring at the email, crying, not because of the money, but because for the first time, my success was mine. No one could spin it, downplay it, or take it away. A few months later, Emily invited me to her engagement party. I almost didn't go, but something in me wanted closure. When I arrived, she introduced me to everyone as my little sister, the creative one. Her tone was condescending, like I was still the artsy kid doodling in the corner. But halfway through the night, her fiancé's business partner overheard me talking about my design work. He suddenly looked at me and said, "Wait, you're the Ali Designs? We've been using your templates for our company rebrand." The room went quiet. Emily blinked, confused. Her fiancé looked impressed. "You never mentioned your sister was that Ali," he said to her. Everyone turned to me, asking about my work, my clients, my story, and there it was. The shift. For the first time, Emily wasn't the center of the conversation. She stood there, smiling tightly, her wine glass trembling just a little. I didn't gloat or rub it in. I just smiled and said, "I guess I've been busy finding my path." Later that night, as I was leaving, Emily stopped me by the door. "You could have told me," she said quietly. I shrugged. "You already knew everything worth knowing about me, right?" She looked down. No clever comeback this time. The next day, I got a message from her. A simple, "Congrats on your success. I mean it." It wasn't much, but it was honest, and somehow, that meant more than any apology. I learned something that night. Some people build their worth by standing taller than others, but real confidence isn't about being the only star in the sky. It's about shining whether anyone's watching or not. And as for my sister, she still posts her perfect life on social media, but every now and then she shares one of my designs too. No tags, no captions. Just quiet acknowledgement, and that's enough for me because in the end, I didn't ruin her story. I just stopped letting her write mine.